If you're living out of your vehicle for an extended period of time, the chances are you'll eventually want to have a shower, hopefully, at least for your partner's sake. And to bring that shower with you literally wherever you go, today we're checking out the Joolca Hot Tap Outing Pack. So this is the Joolca Hot Tap hot water system, or I think they call it your full off-grid shower solution. I've wanted one of these things for the longest time, since I was camping with a mate of mine many years ago, and he rocks up to camp, gets out this full hot water system and starts having a shower. I think it's one of those things you don't fully appreciate until you're covered in a mixture of sweat, salt and sunscreen after a day at the beach, and then there's nothing better than a hot shower. If you are in the market for a camping hot water system, there are quite a few different models on the market. However, Joolca has a really impressive online reputation. I honestly don't think I've ever read anything negative about these systems, which I think says something considering that Facebook can be quite an opinionated place, and it means my expectations are really high. Joolca actually got in touch to see if I was interested in checking out their hot water systems, and honestly it was a bit of a no-brainer for me because it was something I was already going to buy anyway and everything just lined up. And now Bianca is very happy that we finally have a camping shower. So massive thanks to Joolca for sending out this particular unit, but as you guys know by now, with every review video on this channel, whether the product is provided or not, everything we cover is my own thoughts and honest opinions. So the hot tap system comes in a few different configurations, and I've gone for the outing pack, which is pretty much the middle of the range. It comes with a few more accessories than the more basic essentials kit, but it's not quite as bulky as the Nomad pack. As you can see, I've already taken everything out of the box, but let's check out what comes in the kit. So first up is the main hot water system unit itself, the heart of the operation, if you will. This thing is actually surprisingly compact. I think they advertise it as the smallest in its class. It is 450mm tall, 290mm across, and it sticks out 170mm. On the top we get a nice carry handle for convenient transportation, and on the front of the unit we just get these two nice basic controls. This red one here is to adjust the temperature of your hot water, and this blue one is to adjust the flow rate. We also get a small screen here that lets us know if there's any errors with the system, and also what temperature our water is coming out from the shower system. And we also get a small inspection hole in the front to double check our pilot light is working. Not too much going on the back of the unit, and on the very bottom is our three main connections. So we have our fresh water in, our hot water out, and also our gas fitting here. So the unit lights using a battery system. So on this side here, we just push that down, and that's our two D-size batteries for lighting the unit. And it came with those batteries too, which is a pretty nice touch, and that just clips back in the bottom like so. The unit weighs 4.2 kilos, so it's not cumbersome at all, quite compact and lightweight really. The unit also comes with this stand, which comes in the form of these two pieces. Now this is the same stand you'll get if you buy the more basic essentials kit, but the Nomad pack does come with a slightly larger stand. Now a lot of people do choose to mount these in their canopies on a swing-away TV bracket, so I might look at doing that in future, but for the short term this stand is going to be awesome. It's also super simple to install. Literally all we do is grab the hot water system. There's two locating pins on the top of each stand that slot inside the hot water system. Then there's a screw on the bottom that you can push up and tighten by hand. To get water into the unit, it comes with 4 meters of this blue hose, which is split up into two 2-meter sections. It also comes with the Joolca 12-volt pump. That's the outing kit, comes with this pump. This thing is splash-proof, self-priming, and flows at a rate of 6 liters per minute. And that means it can pull water over a distance of 30 meters and up a 1.8-meter incline. So if you're collecting water from a stream, kind of just downhill from camp, this pump is up to the task. It's powered using a just standard 12-volt power supply, so it comes with this 5-meter DC power cable. It's got a standard cigarette lighter socket on the end there, and I just reckon it's awesome they've given us a 5-meter cable, because it means I can sit the unit on the back table here and run this power all the way back to my canopy. As for actually collecting your water, it comes with a filter to make sure we're only showering with the most pure water possible, which is really cool. And it was also a optional collar as well, in case you're getting water from a freshwater stream or freshwater source. You can kind of sit the filter inside that collar like that, and that way when it's on the creek bed, it's not going to be picking up any of that debris. Now, as for putting this all together, it is such an easy procedure because everything has these snap-on fittings. So we literally just take one of our blue hoses like this, clip it onto the bottom of the unit, matching the color coordination on the bottom there like so. Take the other end and connect it into our 12-volt pump. Now there is an arrow on the back, so make sure you follow the flow of the water. So connect that in like so. I'm going to sit my pump over here. Next, grab our second length of blue hose. Connect that into the other side of the pump. And this is where we're going to be collecting our water from. So essentially, I'm just going to be dropping mine into my jerry can of water. So I'm just going to take my filter and clip it into the other end of that hose fitting like so. Now I'll drop this into my jerry can of water. And the next step is just to connect this power cable to the pump. So you'll see on the bottom of the pump, there's a small port. So we just find the correct end of our DC cable and just plug that into the pump like so. And now I'm going to run this power cable into my canopy. Now that we've set up our water feed in and I've neatened it up a little bit, the next step is how we get hot water out of this system. So for that, the unit comes with 5 meters of this red color coordinated hose, which is really nice. It's hot because it's coming through a red hose, and also our shower head and mounting bracket. Now this is really cool. The mounting bracket is fully magnetic, so you can kind of stick it to your car or any metal surface like that, and then the shower head itself just clips into the bracket. And honestly, the magnet strength is pretty decent. I was a bit skeptical thinking it might be falling off, but yeah, no, it seems pretty secure. And if you want the main controller for the shower head to be separate from the head itself, you can actually just disconnect that shower head. So now they're 2 separate pieces, and that's where the smaller of those 2 hoses comes into play. So essentially we just find the end that's got a couple of adapters on it, and you'll see there's a hose end and also this little pass-through adapter. So essentially we just kind of jam that pass-through adapter in the end there, and then our shower head can connect to that. Take the other end, and that just connects into the outlet of the shower head. So now they're 2 separate locations, so we can have our handpiece mounted down nice and low and accessible, and have our shower head nice and high, so it's in a more convenient location. But for my use, I'm just going to set it back to the standard. Easy as that. Now, the last step is just to get this connected to the hot water system, and you guessed it, some more snap-on connections. So we grab our larger of those 2 red hoses, take one end, connect it up underneath the unit, take the other end, connect it into our shower head, and we're ready to go. With all our hoses connected, the last step is to connect the hot water system to a gas supply. For me, I'm just going to be using my 2-kilogram gas bottle. Now the unit does come with this included gas hose. However, the fitting on it wasn't compatible with my gas bottle. So I've had to make myself a bit of a custom gas hose. So here's one I prepared earlier. So essentially this is just as easy as the rest of things. You just screw one end onto your gas bottle, probably using that hose if it's compatible with your gas bottle. And then, keeping with the theme of quick connect fittings, the other end is a nice super easy quick connect that we just snap into the bottom of the unit. So the unit's now fully set up and ready to go, but first I'm just going to be adjusting some settings on the front. So this blue knob here controls the flow rate, and we can choose anywhere from 2.5 litres per minute to be nice and water conservative, all the way up to the full 6 litres per minute. On the left, we can control how hot we want that water temperature to be, and that will be reflected on this screen when the water is running through the system. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that when this system is running flat out at 6 litres per minute, it's only going to be increasing that water temperature by up to 20 degrees. So it's not going to reach its maximum 50 unless the ambient water temperature is 30. So, you get the idea. However, on 2.5 litres per minute, it's capable of increasing the ambient water temperature by 35 degrees. So I'm going to set my flow rate somewhere in the lower third there, set my water temperature about halfway. It's quite a warm day already. Now it's just a matter of turning that pump on. You'll hear it fire up and start self-priming. The system is pressurized and we are ready to go. So using this system is so easy. Literally there's that one button on the front of the shower head here. As soon as we turn that on, the water's gonna start flowing through, system's gonna fire up, we should have nice warm water in a matter of seconds. So there we go. I can hear it lighting. There we go, system is lit, water is coming through. That's actually quite a decent flow considering it's only on about a third too. Check out my screen, water is 47 degrees already, and that honestly is almost too hot to touch. What a luxury. I mean, it's a warm day anyway, so you wouldn't really need this hot, but imagine on a nice winter's night, hot water just like that. So cool. Turn the switch off, the unit cuts out just like that, and we're good to go. And because that pump cuts out as soon as it reaches pressure, essentially I could leave that plugged in and turned on all the time, and anytime I want to shower, jump in and flick the switch, and when we're not showering, we're not wasting power. So this magnetic mount also has a bit of a clip system on the back there as well, so we can just hang it on things like that if we want to as well, which is super convenient. The shower head's also been designed to give a nice flow no matter what litres per minute you've got it set to as well. So you can see that's minimum right there, and that's still a nice generous spread. So it's like, that'd be perfectly fine to have a shower with, or we can crank it up to the max and get a shower experience similar to what you might have at home. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably wondering about runtime in terms of your gas usage, power usage, and water usage. So let me run you through some numbers. If you dial this flow rate up to the maximum, you're gonna empty a 9 kilo gas bottle in around 15 hours, which is a long time. Like that's a lot of showers. But if you wanna preserve that a bit more, or maybe using your gas bottle for cooking as well, dial it back to minimum, and now at 2.5 litres per minute, a 9 kilo gas bottle will last us 45 hours. The biggest problem with shower systems like this is their water usage, to be honest, because I mean, there's no way around it. If you want a nice shower, you're going to be using a lot of water. And to put that in perspective a little bit, if you run this system flat out again, you're going to empty a 50-litre water tank in around 8.5 minutes. But that extends to closer to 20 minutes if you run it on minimum. And honestly, with a unit like this, like the way they've designed that shower head, you could run it on minimum and have a really nice shower. Also, you probably wouldn't use this system like you do your shower at home, where you turn the water on, get in all soaped up, nice and clean, take your time. How it kind of works with these systems is you would turn it on, get yourself nice and wet, turn it off again while you apply your soap, your shampoo, whatnot, get yourself nice and clean, and then just toggle it back on and off to get yourself nice and clean. So a bit different to your home shower, but still a massive luxury considering you're camping. However, if you've camped near a fresh water source like that stream I was camped by around a month ago, then absolutely go nuts, run the feed into that stream and have as long a shower as you want. Power usage is not really a concern, to be honest, so that little pump draws 5 amps of power, and of course only while the pump is actually running and water's coming out your shower head. So most of your battery systems should be able to run that, no dramas whatsoever. However, if you are concerned, or if you're already kind of maxing out your power usage, Joolca also makes a portable power pack to run that pump so you don't have to rely on your battery system. As for using this system while camping, I'd highly recommend you get yourself a bit of a shower tent, unless you want to give your fellow campers a bit of a show. I've actually got a shower tent for my setup, I just haven't installed it yet. Still in the brainstorming process of working where to mount it around that rooftop tent. Packing the unit away is just as easy as setting it up, and Joolca also makes a few storage bags to make transporting it a little bit more convenient. So the real question is, do you need one for your setup? And to answer that, you kind of have to think about how often you go camping. So if you mainly go away for 1 or 2 nights at a time, or just basic weekend trips, you probably don't need one for your setup. But if you're going away for 3 or 4 nights at a time, up to a week or 2 weeks, then I reckon a unit like this is a worthy investment. If not for yourself, then for the people you're camping with, because you're going to be smelling pretty ripe after a week. Beyond using this system just as a shower, which is obviously its main benefit, you can also use it as a hot water system for doing your dishes or running a sink of hot water, or any other uses you can think of pretty much. If that is something you're interested in, you can get the unit in the Nomad kit that I mentioned earlier, and that actually comes with a massive blue sink tub that has drying racks on the side. Pretty cool piece of kit, it was just a bit too bulky for my setup. Anyway guys, I am super impressed by this unit. It is so easy to set up, so easy to use, and I'm just stoked to be having a nice shower while I'm camping. What a time to be alive. So me and Bianca are actually planning on doing some more long-term camping trips next year, so maybe a week or 2 here or there, so this is going to make a massive difference to those. My only limitation right now is my water storage, so I've only got this small 20-litre jerry can on the back and another 20-litre inside the canopy, so definitely need to get something sorted in that department, but I've got a pretty cool idea for a massive water solution coming pretty soon. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have got any questions about the unit, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.